cartoony theme.
My lips never move. Wouldn't I make a great ventriloquist?
I can imagine Garfield using Odie as a puppet if that happened.
99 kettles of soup, if one of those kettles I happen to eat.
Honestly, you'd eat them all before you got to one.
Just think, a 2-week vacation with...
Vacation to where exactly? Copy-pasted hills and trees. Also, the background in the mirror doesn't resemble the background throughout the episode.
Your ticket for not feeding your cat enough.
That's a felony in some states.
Remember, you have the right to remain silent.
You're not an authority to say that.
Something wrong, officer?
Plenty wrong, fella. You were speeding.
Speeding? Oh, that's not possible. I was only going about 25 miles an hour.
25 miles per hour is awfully low considering where the road is at. Normally roads like these would go at least 40 to 50 miles per hour, or 64 to 80 kilometers per hour.
That's speeding. The sign you pass says the speed limit's 8 miles an hour.
8 miles per hour would disrupt the traffic flow.
Here's the sign, clear as day.
I don't see any sign.
The animation and audio don't look synced well in this shot.
That's the trouble with you city boys.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but would a man living in the suburbs be considered a city boy? Also correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it illegal for legitimate speed limit signs to be that small and unnoticeable? The magnifying glass doesn't work properly here. The outline would not be seen through the glass.
Here's your ticket.
An ant couldn't read that sign.
I don't think even ants would be able to see it since it would be too tall for them. But considering how tall chicks are in this universe, what do I know? There wouldn't be a city limit sign if there's just a random building on the side of the road.
It's not the money, it's the principle of the thing.
Whenever anyone says that, it's always the money.
Garfield's not exactly wrong on that point.
Just pay the ticket.
I know, Garfield. You probably think I should just pay the ticket.
Here comes the I have to stand up for my rights speech.
I have to stand up for my rights.
Political speech.
I respect all laws.
I'm not sure how much I believe that, considering you speed later in this part of the episode. One of the first signs that your speeding ticket is false is that if the same dude who gave you the ticket is dressed in different clothes and acting as different legal bodies.
The first case, if it pleases your honor, is John Arbuckle arrested.
He's not under arrest if he was just given a ticket and forced to do a court session. I'll just give 5 more sins for John being so delusional in this court scene alone.
If this guy's a lawman, then I'm a teenage mutant ninja turtle.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't get it either, Odie.
Mr. Arbuckle, how do you plead?
I'm not sure that's how you plead in a court.
I hereby fine you $100.
$100?
Same reaction, John.
Let's go. Court's adjourned. Or if it isn't, it should be.
Normally the judge dismisses the court session, but considering this dude is not a judge...
Bailiff, stop him. Bailiff, where's my bailiff? Oh, right.
Villain idiocy. John potentially drives faster than the beginning of the episode, suggesting that he speeds during the rest of this episode. But we don't get the actual speed limit here, so that alone deserves a sin anyway. Left lane road? Right lane road.
No, I shouldn't do this. I am going to go back to throw myself on the mercy of the court.
Dude, you saw he was a lawmaster of disguise. Either that truck is tall as hell or that car is small as hell. Either way, sin.
My car!
Well, you always wanted a convertible.
When?
Whoa!
That's what you get for not wearing your seatbelt.
He did wear a seatbelt. John should have fell on the pavement and died, but since this is a kid's cartoon...
Don't worry, guys. I'll save you.
Dude, you're not gonna be able to reach them running after them. Garfield isn't using the gas or brake pedals, so he should not be able to control the car. There is no way Garfield grabbed that hot dog out of his hand without hitting him in the process.
Guess it's too late to hire a chauffeur.
A chauffeur? Stereotypical cops. Luckily, no donuts this time, am I right?
That's Roger. Anyway, it beats working back at that shopping mall, right?
Mall of America reference. Nightmare fuel. Also, how the flying hell did he go through the billboard? It would have either had to jump toward it, or a ramp was placed to go up it. Also, they went through the billboard, so that shouldn't be white. Also, the eyes turn color by frame. I'm not sure if that's an animation error or if the car actually stopped. Hard to tell.
Emergency brake.
Why didn't you guys use it sooner? The siren doesn't sound like what it previously sounded. And the siren should have been heard way before now. Dog is able to use the emergency brake without a problem.
Okay, what's your hurry, pal? Yeah, I've heard it all.
Cop has no peripheral vision.
I think you're right, Jed. Guess we'll have to run him down to the pound.
They don't question how two domestic animals would have been able to drive and or don't search the car for potential attackers.
Back that way. Listen to the cat.
Cat seems to be trying to tell us something.
How on earth do you know? Even John doesn't normally know what Garfield says in the show. Although I could be wrong about that.
You have to let me out. My dog and my cat are in my car.
For all you know, they could be oh wait, I forgot. Cartoons don't die unless they're dipped in acid.
Glittering highway with car roof.
Speaking of, shouldn't you have been hit with debris?
Unlawful modification of vehicle.
How's that lawful modification? By that cartoon logic, should a dent caused by an accident considered unlawful modification?
If you pay the fine, I might be able to get the judge to go easy on you.
I have a feeling he wouldn't.
Garfield, you saved me. How can I ever repay you? An umbrella? You want me to buy you an umbrella? Okay, but I don't see why. Okay, now I see why.
It was raining after the cops got Garfield and Odie, so why didn't he get his own umbrella? With that lightning strike, I assume the gang got struck by lightning. Quickie. He looks like he was walking over the hole with his foot. Therefore, if it was a legitimate hole, he would have fell.
And I'm here for chicken takeout. You better not tell anyone, you hear?
Except my parents, right?
Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the rooster takes a hen.
Hi-ho, the dairy-ho, the rooster breeds the hen. Wade freezes a few times in this shot.
In an attempt to begin dealing with all the things I fear, I have made a list of them all.
Ah, that explains why you fear many things, and yet you don't fear certain things.
No wonder there's a paper shortage.
What exactly do you need paper for? Also, who and where's the farmer?
Abbott and Costello movies, abdomens,
You literally have an abdomen, or at least I assume you do.
Abraham Lincoln,
Wade is a Democrat confirmed.
abridged dictionaries, abrupt revelations.
Pardon moi, Ducky, but haven't you noticed things around here getting a bit, moist?
Funny that he gets interrupted as he said abrupt revelations. I'll remove this then for that.
Bottom of the ocean, bottom of the ocean, bottom of the ocean, bottom of the ocean.
It's not on your list.
See previous sin for more details. So when he writes down things, he immediately gets afraid of the exact thing he wrote down on it. That's some terrifying witchcraft I don't want to be a part of. Also, a boolean is a type of broth cube.
I'll hold my breath.
No point in doing that if you can breathe just fine.
Nah, I didn't see what I thought I saw out there. Did I?
Me whenever I find lewd stuff on the internet.
When you get caught up in a book, the rest of us get caught up in your fantasies.
Explains why every one of his friends become random rip-off characters from other franchises whenever he has a dream sequence.
When you read a book about dinosaurs, we have Tyrannosauruses here.
Let's hope you guys weren't in any cars.
Last week you were reading a cookbook, and I got chased by 2 cups of flour and a pound of butter.
No, last episode you conned Orson, Booker, and Wade into a fast food restaurant you made as a prank because Bo was taking too slow to cook and Booker had the idea of calling Garfield to eat all the food you had in it.
We can... Well, just a minute. Wait, breathe.
Wade had the option of doing that earlier, but instead of that we go through this gag.
If your imagination's gonna run wild, let's enjoy it.
What? You literally just said his imagination caused strange and potentially dangerous things a minute ago.
And I can imagine myself as the handsome prince, destined to rescue the beautiful maiden from the evil witch's spell. For the evil witch has condemned her to sleep for all eternity.
Sleeping Beauty story.
Here it comes, sis.
Sis?
Why, Lord, I didn't know.
Don't you hate it when you accidentally kiss somebody you dislike?
I don't know what's going on out there, and I don't care. I just want chicken.
Me when I'm in a Chinese restaurant and there's a frick ton of people in it.
I could be strong.
You could.
I could be taller.
You
could.
I could be brave and confident and self-assured.
You could.
And apparently imagine a unibrow, an evil business dude mustache.
Imagination can't harm you.
Tell that to the many kids who pretended to use sticks as Jedi lightsabers and accidentally hit their siblings.
I will imagine that I am a cowardly duck, and I'm on a farmyard with my friend Orson Pig.
I see where Bertram from Jesse got that gag from. That is an awesome face. Remove a sin.
Wade, you are hopeless. You have no imagination.
Orson Pig, everybody.
I'm so frustrated, I feel like slamming a door, but there's no door around. So we'll imagine one.
The imagination is just not the same as reality.
Ah, the only one around is that craven duck. And he sure won't give me any trouble.
Irony.
Well, Mr. Weasel, you have weaseled your last chicken in this yard, sir.
Comedic racism.
And you've got until the count of 1 to get out of here. 1, your time's up.
That isn't really fair.
Okay, plop goes the weasel.
Comedic racism too.
Orson, can you imagine me a one-way ticket to Tibet?
Why do animal cartoon characters talk about sending something or going to an Asian or Middle Eastern country / region / city?
Oh, come on! He needs our help!
Wade or the weasel?
We don't get an exact answer, but I assume Wade personally.
Niece and third cousin twice removed and...
Third cousin twice removed gag.
Yeah.
Whatever he whispered, it didn't sound like actual words.
Here, try this.
An old train schedule? Well, okay.
Are they gonna do it? They better do it. Yes! I mean, this dumb gag.
Roy, darling, there you are.
That.
The animation and audio aren't synced up in this scene either. Huh. I guess Roy is running to get a one-way ticket to Tibet. Let's get this out of the way. This is a ripoff of the movie Castaway. Need I say more?
I know what you're thinking, and you're wrong. I don't always watch TV after dinner. Sometimes I watch TV during dinner.
Sometimes you eat before or after bed.
Uh-oh. Mission Control, we have a problem.
No Garfield, the cable's out.
Garfield ignores John so that we can get 3 of these cables out gag.
Garfield, listen to me carefully. The cable is out.
The cable's out?
Dialogue pauses before the funny thing can be annoying, but it works in this scene, once I'm removed.
What'll I do without the cable?
Dude, you can just sleep. Those are one of the things you do all day.
I won't be able to watch the All Knitting channel. I'll miss my 6-hour documentary on different ways of spelling ketchup.
Those shows and channels actually sound more boring than just playing that space game you played or play later.
Maybe it's time you turned off the TV and read a good book instead.
You keep this kind of talk up and we'll both be in the unemployment line right behind Binky.
Again, dude, just sleep and some random thing will happen, like Odie wanting you to fetch his stick.
How soon can you come fix the cable?
Let's see, we'll be out week after next, sometime between 8 a.m. Monday and midnight Saturday. You better stay home the entire time.
Stay home all week?
Doesn't John normally work? What does he do all day without a proper job and still able to afford his bottomless pit of a cat?
Yeah, if you're not there when we call, I'll just reschedule you for some time in, gee, I'm booked solid into next century.
9 years? I wouldn't wait 9 years until they finally fix my cable.
Next century? You can't do this to me.
Oh, sure we can, Mr. Arbknuckle. I'm afraid you don't understand. We're your only cable company. We can do anything we want to here.
Insert witty joke about Comcast here.
Our ship was wrecked on an unknown island off the northeast coast of South America.
You know, the book could just say the middle of the equator in the Atlantic and people would still hopefully know where on literal Earth that is.
I feared my tiny makeshift craft would be swamped.
Swung? You mean sunk?
In my lifetime, please!
Larry the cable idiot is able to clearly hear John while his voice is too far away for a clear voice of him.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be your friend for life. Thank you.
We don't see this cable dude later on in the show.
But little good it did me to find land.
You did find land.
I was miles from home, miles from civilization, miles from a pizzeria with fast delivery boys.
Well, no duh.
I had previously supposed there was no life on this island, at least not intelligent life. Now I wasn't sure about the intelligent part.
Ouch. I think I got a sunburn.
I don't know what he's up to, and I don't think I want to know.
Parents and their kids in a nutshell.
I've decided to name my new companion after the most dismal day of the week. I shall call him Monday.
I can imagine Garfield naming one of his most annoying kids that. Well, of course, if he's not fixed. John, why would you make pasta and set it on the table? You're asking for your cat to eat it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go climb the pole in the back.
I'm not a cable repairman, but why would you climb on the pole? What will you discover to fix? You know, I felt bad about that poor plant, even as a kid. So here's 10 sins to avenge his death. Garfield should have noticed there was an edge to this. The volcano in the background is inconsistent with these two shots. Also, forget worrying about the local warriors. I'd be much more concerned with the volcano. With the lava flowing out, it looks like it might erupt.
Who ate my spaghetti?
Stupid question. The night lighting and the stars are inconsistent in these two shots also, even on the sides of the pole, where it looks like it's more brighter than on the other side. Or they are clouds. Either way, sin. Okay, so there's 2 volcanoes on the same island, and you think I should remove that previous sin, right? No, I won't, because both of them look like they're gonna erupt because of the overflowing lava. Garfield's face as a kid when you realize you nearly killed your parents. Also...
Imagination can't harm you. Imagination can't harm you.
But you haven't fixed my cable.
And I'm not going to. We're not fixing your cable until the year 2043.
And yet, in later episodes, John gets cable TV. Either he switched to a different cable company, or he convinced the Monopoly cable company to give him cable sooner. Again, either way, sin.
Don't complain, guys. It's all we've got.
You know what the really sad part of this is? This isn't that much less entertaining.
He is right.
Help!
Something wrong, officer?
Plenty wrong, fella. You
Benjamin was the father of Bela, his firstborn, Ashbel the second son, Ahara the third, Noha the fourth, and Rapha the fifth.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!